Hollywood looks glamorous until the secrets start leaking. Behind the private jets and red carpets are hidden babies, secret relationships, cheating scandals, and double lives so messy they make reality TV look normal. Today we're diving into the celebrity secrets Hollywood hoped nobody would ever discover. Number 1. Caitlyn Jenner. Before the reality shows, before the interviews, and long before becoming one of the most talked about transgender public figures in the world, Caitlyn Jenner was known as Bruce Jenner, the ultimate American sports hero. Olympic gold medalist, world-famous athlete, living proof that hard work, discipline, and enough 1970s mustache energy could apparently conquer anything. On the surface, Caitlyn's life looked perfect, and that's exactly what made the secret underneath it so heartbreaking. Because while the world celebrated Bruce Jenner as the greatest athlete alive after winning Olympic gold in the decathlon in 1976, Caitlyn was privately living with an identity conflict so overwhelming it remained hidden for decades. Imagine standing on top of the world while secretly feeling disconnected from yourself every single day. That's not success, that's emotional survival in front of a global audience. And honestly, the pressure must have been unbelievable. At the time, society barely understood conversations around gender identity, especially for public figures. Bruce Jenner wasn't just famous, he represented traditional American masculinity at its peak. Athletic, competitive, strong. The kind of celebrity people put on cereal boxes and motivational posters. For years, rumors circulated quietly through tabloids and gossip magazines. But the real turning point came after Caitlyn's divorce from Kris Jenner. Then, in 2015, the world stopped and collectively said, "Wait, what?" when Caitlyn publicly introduced herself for the first time. What makes Caitlyn's story fascinating isn't just the transition itself, it's the collision of identities. Olympic hero, reality TV star, Kardashian family patriarch, transgender icon. It almost feels like multiple completely different celebrity lives somehow trapped inside one person. Number 2. Daniel Radcliffe. For millions of people, Daniel Radcliffe will forever be the boy wizard who survived impossible darkness with a wand loyalty and surprisingly aggressive eye contact. Watching the Harry Potter movies, audiences assumed Daniel was basically living every kid's dream: fame, money, global success, and enough fan attention to make normal human privacy disappear forever. And that last part turned out to be the problem. Because while the world watched Daniel grow up on screen, Daniel himself was quietly falling apart behind the scenes. At the peak of Harry Potter mania, he became one of the most recognizable young people on the planet. Imagine being a teenager and realizing millions of strangers recognize your face before you've even figured out who you are yourself. Most people survive adolescence awkwardly in private. Daniel Radcliffe did it while international tabloids zoomed in on his haircut choices like they were breaking political news. And eventually, the pressure caught up to him. Years later, Daniel admitted he developed a serious drinking problem during the later years of the Harry Potter franchise. According to him, alcohol became a way to escape the constant feeling of being watched and judged. And honestly, that makes terrifying sense. Fame at that level doesn't just remove privacy, it slowly turns your identity into public property. What shocked fans most was Daniel revealing that there were times he arrived on set, still drunk from the night before. Not drunk while filming, he clarified, but definitely not fully sober either. Somewhere out there, Hogwarts insurance managers probably just fainted retroactively. And suddenly, fans started rewatching scenes thinking, wait, was Harry fighting Voldemort or fighting a hangover? Number 3. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Arnold Schwarzenegger built his entire career around being unstoppable. Bodybuilding champion, action movie legend, governor of California. The man spent decades playing characters who could survive explosions, machine guns, and apparently any shirt with sleeves. But the one thing Arnold couldn't overpower: a secret. And not just any secret, the kind capable of destroying one of Hollywood's most famous marriages overnight. For years, Arnold and Maria Shriver looked like the ultimate power couple. Hollywood royalty mixed with political dynasty energy. From the outside, their life seemed perfectly engineered success: wealth, famous children, giant houses, and enough influence to probably start a small country if they wanted. Then, reality hit like a plot twist from a soap opera written by chaos itself. In 2011, it was revealed that Arnold had fathered a child with the family's longtime housekeeper, Mildred Baena. And somehow, he managed to keep this hidden for years, while publicly living as a devoted husband and father. Honestly, the most shocking part wasn't just the affair, it was how long the secret survived in Hollywood, a city where people leak celebrity information faster than phones lose battery. According to reports, the child was born just days after Maria Shriver gave birth to Arnold's son with her. Imagine discovering your husband secretly had another child living almost parallel to your own family timeline. That's not betrayal. That's emotional nuclear warfare. And then came the detail nobody could ignore. As the boy grew older, people reportedly began noticing how much he looked like Arnold, which must have created the world's most uncomfortable real-life game of, wait a second. Eventually, after leaving office as governor, Arnold confessed the truth publicly, and the scandal exploded. Number 4. Demi Moore. For years, Demi Moore and Ashton Kutcher looked like one of Hollywood's most unexpected but strangely successful couples. She was an iconic actress and symbol of 90s glamour. He was the younger sitcom star with prank show energy and the face of every trucker hat era mistake America collectively agreed to forget. Until it absolutely didn't. And when Demi finally revealed what was really happening behind the scenes, the story sounded less like a celebrity romance and more like emotional demolition disguised as marriage. In her memoir, Inside Out, Demi opened up about the painful collapse of her relationship with Ashton Kutcher, and honestly, some of the details left people staring at the ceiling, wondering if Hollywood relationships are secretly social experiments conducted by emotionally exhausted millionaires. One of the biggest revelations involved Demi admitting the couple brought a third person into their relationship after Ashton reportedly pushed for it. Demi later confessed she agreed because she wanted to please him and maintain the connection between them. But instead of bringing them closer, it created emotional distance and blurred boundaries in ways that slowly poisoned the marriage. Because from the outside they looked modern, attractive, successful, and completely in love. Meanwhile, privately, Demi was struggling with insecurity, emotional dependency, and the fear of losing someone younger than her in an industry obsessed with youth. Then came the cheating scandal. After Ashton was accused of being unfaithful with another woman, the marriage completely unraveled. Demi later admitted the heartbreak triggered a relapse into addiction and emotional collapse. At one point, she described her attachment to Ashton as even more devastating than alcohol because it disconnected her from herself emotionally. Number 5. Scarlett Johansson. You'd think hiding a pregnancy would be impossible if you're one of the most recognizable women on the planet. This is Scarlett Johansson. We're talking about the woman who spent over a decade fighting aliens, robots, and billion-dollar paparazzi lenses as Marvel's Black Widow. And yet somehow Scarlett managed to pull off the kind of secret operation even SHIELD would struggle with. One minute she was everywhere, movie premieres, interviews, late-night shows. The next, silence. Fans immediately noticed something weird. Scarlett suddenly stopped appearing at major promotional events. Interviews that should have been in person turned into carefully framed Zoom calls where the camera mysteriously stayed above her shoulders at all times. Which in celebrity language usually translates to, there's either a pregnancy or someone's hiding a very large burrito. Naturally, the internet launched a full-scale investigation. TikTok detectives zoomed into screenshots. Twitter threads became conspiracy boards. At one point, fans were analyzing Scarlett's sweater choices like they were decoding national security documents. But despite all the speculation, nobody could confirm anything. And honestly, that only made people more obsessed. Then came the moment Hollywood definitely wasn't expecting. During a stand-up performance, Colin Jost casually dropped the bombshell. "Yeah, we're having a baby." No dramatic reveal, no million-dollar magazine exclusive, no emotional piano music playing over an Instagram montage. Just Colin blurting it out like a guy accidentally spoiling the ending of a Netflix show. And somehow, that made it even funnier. Days later, Colin confirmed they had welcomed a son named Cosmo, which immediately sent social media into chaos because half the internet thought he was joking. People genuinely weren't sure if Cosmo was a baby name, a Marvel side character, or the newest Tesla model. Number 6. Ryan Gosling. There's something deeply suspicious about Ryan Gosling. Not because he's scandalous, not because he's controversial, but because in an industry where celebrities live stream their breakfast and announce breakups through sponsored skincare posts, Ryan somehow became one of the biggest stars in the world while revealing almost nothing. Seriously, this man has been famous for over 2 decades, and fans still know less about his private life than they know about Marvel's next phase. And somehow, that mystery only made him more attractive. When Ryan started dating Eva Mendes back in 2011, Hollywood expected another flashy power couple. Red carpets, matching designer outfits, maybe a dramatic breakup 6 months later followed by sources close to the couple. Instead, Ryan and Eva basically vanished into witness protection. The two rarely appear together publicly. Ryan almost never even says Eva's name in interviews. He calls her my lady or sweetheart like he's starring in a 1940s noir film nobody else was invited to watch. At this point, fans probably hear my lady and instantly know it's either Ryan Gosling talking about Eva or a medieval knight proposing before battle. But behind the jokes, there's something surprisingly calculated about the way Ryan handles fame. Because Ryan understands a brutal Hollywood truth, the more access the public gets to your relationship, the more they start feeling entitled to it. And unlike many celebrity couples who accidentally turn romance into reality TV, Ryan and Eva built a wall around their family life so high, even paparazzi gave up and went home. Which is honestly impressive considering the internet once tracked Taylor Swift through suitcase theories. What makes Ryan even more fascinating is the contradiction. On screen, he plays emotionally intense characters, hopeless romantics, tortured musicians, stuntmen, having nervous breakdowns. But in real life, he's almost awkwardly normal. The guy gives off the energy of someone who'd rather build IKEA furniture in silence than attend another Hollywood afterparty. Number 7. Kylie Jenner. At this point, Kylie Jenner could probably disappear for 6 months, return riding a unicorn, and the internet would still say, yeah. But is she pregnant though? Because nobody, and I mean nobody, turns secrecy into a global event quite like Kylie Jenner. When rumors started swirling that Kylie was expecting her second child, with Travis Scott fans transformed into full-time FBI agents overnight. And honestly, the evidence people used was absolutely insane. It started with a birthday party. Not because of anything Kylie said, she barely said anything at all, but because internet detectives noticed something suspicious. Every guest posted photos from the party, except there were almost no full-body pictures of Kylie herself. In Kardashian-Jenner world, that's basically the equivalent of a national emergency. Then came the nail theory. Yes, this was real. Fans noticed Kylie posted a photo wearing pink nails, but on the actual birthday date she had green French tips. Suddenly, millions of people online were analyzing manicure timelines like forensic scientists solving a murder case. Somewhere out there, an actual detective was probably offended by how committed these people were. But the craziest part, some of the theories were actually right. The rumors exploded even further after Caitlyn Jenner casually mentioned another grandchild was on the way. That tiny comment sent social media into complete chaos. TikTok creators started zooming into reflections, oversized hoodies, avocado toast portions. Literally anything Kylie posted became evidence. And through all of it, Kylie stayed almost completely silent. Number 8. Drake. Drake spent years building one of the smoothest images in modern music. Luxury lifestyle, emotional lyrics, mysterious relationships, courtside, NBA appearances. The man somehow mastered the art of looking heartbroken and expensive at the same time. In the middle of Drake's explosive feud with Pusha T, the internet collectively froze when Pusha dropped the line, "You are hiding a child." Suddenly, what started as a rap battle transformed into a full-scale celebrity investigation, faster than Twitter detectives can ruin someone's weekend. Because for years, Drake had carefully controlled his public image. He was seen with models, actresses, and influencers constantly, but always maintained this elusive bachelor persona. The idea that he secretly had a son hidden from the world sounded like gossip designed in a laboratory specifically to destroy celebrity peace. Then reality hit. Not long after the diss track exploded online, Drake confirmed he did in fact have a son named Adonis. And instantly, the conversation shifted from music to secrecy. Fans weren't just shocked that Drake had a child, they were shocked by how successfully he managed to hide something life-changing in an era where celebrities can barely buy coffee without paparazzi writing essays about it. But what made the story fascinating was Drake's explanation. According to him, he wasn't trying to hide his son from the world. He was trying to hide the world from his son. And honestly, that line changed the emotional tone of the entire scandal. Number 9. Justin Timberlake and Jessica Biel. In Hollywood, keeping a secret is almost impossible. Celebrities can't sneeze near a restaurant without 3 blurry paparazzi photos and a headline claiming their marriage is under pressure. So when Justin Timberlake and Jessica Biel secretly welcomed a second child during the middle of the pandemic, without the world noticing, immediately, people reacted like they had just witnessed a magician pull off the greatest disappearing act in celebrity history. And honestly, they kind of did. Because for years, Justin and Jessica carefully maintained one of Hollywood's most polished relationships. Not overly flashy, not constantly posting staged couple goals photos from yachts. Just enough public appearances to remind everyone they were still attractive, successful, and genetically unfair to ordinary humans. But behind that calm image, things had already gotten messy. Not long before the pregnancy reveal, Justin faced major backlash after being photographed holding hands with actress Alicia Wainwright during a night out in New Orleans. The internet exploded instantly. Suddenly, America's former boy band Prince looked less like a devoted husband and more like a man about to release a public apology written by several nervous PR managers. Justin later admitted he drank too much and publicly apologized to Jessica, insisting nothing serious happened. But the damage was done. Fans began questioning whether the marriage was secretly falling apart behind the scenes. Then came the plot twist nobody expected. During the chaos of COVID lockdowns, Jessica quietly gave birth to their second son, Phineas, and somehow the couple kept it hidden from the public for months. No dramatic magazine covers, no exclusive hospital photos, no celebrity baby reveal sponsored by organic diaper companies. Just silence. And honestly, in modern Hollywood, silence is suspiciously impressive. Number 10, Katie Holmes. For years, Katie Holmes looked like she was living inside the ultimate Hollywood fantasy. She married Tom Cruise, one of the biggest movie stars on the planet, stepped into a world of unimaginable fame, and suddenly transformed from girl-next-door actress into global tabloid obsession overnight. But behind the designer dresses, red carpets, and carefully staged smiles, rumors started swirling that Katie's life felt less like a romance and more like a very expensive hostage negotiation with paparazzi. And honestly, once the divorce happened, the whole story became so secretive and dramatic that people started comparing it to a spy movie. Because in 2012, Katie Holmes did something almost impossible in Hollywood. She escaped a marriage to Tom Cruise completely in secret. No leaks, no warning signs, no messy public buildup. One day they looked fine, and the next, Katie had quietly filed for divorce while reportedly coordinating lawyers, apartments, phones, and custody plans behind the scenes like someone planning an undercover operation. Some reports even claimed she used disposable cell phones to avoid information leaking, which is honestly the moment celebrity divorce officially entered Jason Bourne territory. But what made the split truly explosive was the speculation surrounding Scientology. For years, tabloids and former members had described the organization as deeply influential in Tom Cruise's life. So when Katie suddenly moved quickly to gain custody of their daughter Suri, the internet immediately went into conspiracy mode. People weren't just asking why she left. They were asking what she was trying to escape from. Number 11, Taylor Swift and Joe Alwyn. There was a time when the entire internet treated Taylor Swift's dating life like a full-time detective series. Seriously, if Taylor was seen eating fries with a guy twice, Twitter users were already designing wedding invitations and breakup playlists at the same time. But then came Joe Alwyn, and suddenly the world heard absolutely nothing, which for Taylor Swift was almost suspicious. The two reportedly started dating in 2016, but somehow managed to hide it for months. This is the same woman paparazzi once tracked leaving a gym through a suitcase. At that point, fans weren't even asking who is Taylor dating. They were asking, does Joe Alwyn actually exist? And honestly, that mystery became part of the appeal. After years of public heartbreaks turning into tabloid Olympics, from Calvin Harris drama to Tom Hiddleston's legendary "I Heart TS" tank top moment, Taylor appeared completely done performing her relationships for the cameras. Instead of flashy red carpets and paparazzi walks, she disappeared into private dinners, hidden vacations, and quiet nights away from Hollywood chaos. But here's the twist: the more private Taylor became, the more obsessed the public got. Because in Hollywood, silence is louder than any love song. Number 12, Margot Robbie. For years, Hollywood treated Margot Robbie like the world's most eligible bachelorette. Every red carpet appearance sparked the same question: who is Margot Robbie dating? And honestly, the internet acted like solving that mystery was more important than climate change. But here's the twist nobody saw coming. While the media was busy turning Margot into the ultimate fantasy celebrity, she was quietly building a real relationship, completely under the radar, with Tom Ackerley. And somehow, almost nobody noticed. Which is kind of insane when you think about it. This is Margot Robbie, the woman who couldn't buy coffee without becoming a trending topic. Yet she managed to date, fall in love, and secretly marry someone before half the public even realized she had a boyfriend. At this point, the CIA should honestly recruit her. The two first met while working behind the scenes on a film project long before Margot fully exploded into global superstardom. Back then, she reportedly kept the relationship hidden even from friends, because she wasn't sure how serious it would become. Which is hilarious considering they later got married while the rest of the world was still busy fantasy casting her future husband. And when they finally tied the knot in 2016, they didn't turn it into a Hollywood circus. No giant televised wedding. No dramatic magazine spread titled Margot's Fairy Tale Ending. In fact, the couple didn't even walk a red carpet together until a year after getting married. That level of secrecy in Hollywood is basically considered supernatural. Number 13. Nina Dobrev. There are celebrity relationships. And then there are relationships that emotionally hijack an entire fandom. And somehow, Nina Dobrev and Ian Somerhalder managed to create the second kind. Back when The Vampire Diaries ruled, teenage television fans weren't just watching the show, they were spiritually invested in it. People picked teams like it was a supernatural presidential election. Team Damon. Team Stefan. Team I need therapy after this season finale. And right in the middle of all that chaos were Nina and Ian, whose on-screen chemistry looked suspiciously real. Turns out it was. The two reportedly started dating around 2010 while filming the show. But here's the crazy part. They kept it almost completely secret for nearly a year, which, considering vampire fans can detect a romantic glance from 14 miles away, is honestly one of the greatest stealth missions in Hollywood history. At first, there were only whispers, tiny clues, the occasional photo. Fans analyzed interviews like FBI interrogations, searching for signs that Elena and Damon's chemistry wasn't just acting. And the more Nina and Ian stayed quiet, the more obsessed everyone became. Because silence on the internet doesn't kill rumors, it feeds them. But what made the relationship fascinating wasn't just the romance, it was the pressure surrounding it. Unlike normal couples, Nina and Ian had to continue playing lovers on screen, while millions of emotionally unstable fans projected their fantasies onto them daily. That's not a relationship anymore. That's psychological warfare with better lighting. Even after they broke up, the obsession never fully stopped. Fans speculated about secret engagements, hidden drama, awkward, set tension, basically enough rumors to fuel 5 more seasons of vampire content. Number 14. Ian Somerhalder. While millions of fans were obsessing over Damon Salvatore on The Vampire Diaries, Ian Somerhalder was secretly living out the show's biggest plot twist in real-life, dating co-star Nina Dobrev behind the scenes. And somehow they hid it for nearly a year. Which is honestly shocking considering vampire fans notice everything. A 2-second eye contact, relationship rumors. Standing too close in an interview, marriage speculation. At one point, fans analyzed their body language harder than FBI agents studying security footage. The craziest part. Their chemistry was so intense on screen that people thought it had to be real, but nobody could prove it. While the internet spiraled into conspiracy theories, Ian and Nina kept quietly showing up to set pretending nothing was happening. Then the truth finally came out, and fans completely lost their minds. Suddenly, every romantic scene between Damon and Elena felt too real. Every behind-the-scenes clip became viral evidence. The fandom wasn't watching a TV show anymore. They were emotionally investing in an actual relationship. But the real shock came later. Even after their breakup, Ian and Nina stayed professional, continued filming together, and avoided the massive Hollywood scandal everyone expected. No messy interviews, no public drama, just awkwardly good damage control. Honestly, surviving a breakup while acting in a supernatural love story together every day deserves its own award.